Okay, we're back into the system again here. All right, I've logged back in. I'm in as Bill at Bill Solaris. I'm in as a generic user, no special privileges or permissions, and I want to add some more users. In the previous video, we used the user add command. Well, first, let's get into the proper position. su root. I'm going to go into root because root can create users. P at www, whatever the password is. And then I'm at root now. So I'm no longer the generic user Bill. I'm now in as root. Okay, so I'm going to type in CLEAR, just a clear screen so we don't have a lot of stuff to look at. There's lots to come. So I'm going to add user add. So I type in user add, and in a previous message we created a user called demo. All right. Now when we created user add demo, basically it put a user into the system, didn't create passwords, didn't create home directories. Well, there's a whole lot of different things we could add to the user when we do the user add. So in this command line, you can go, there are many ways to create users. You can simply put in user add, the user's name, and then basically go in afterwards and modify certain things into it. So you can create all your users and then do all modifications. And then you can always create users and not want them and then type in user del. Okay, that takes a lot of work. The easiest ways when you have batch user creation or multiple user creation is basically to take a line, set up what you want your users created right off the bat, and then be able to copy and create a script or so forth. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into user add. I'm going to make a little bit more complex line. I'm going to create a user called demo. Okay, but first things first. Now please note, every time, well, let me go back a step first. Before I go into user add, I can go man user add, right? And this will open up the manual pages inside Unix that gives you information. So for example, there's user add, and then there's a whole bunch of different, sections or attributes you can modify. In other words, authorization, base directory, there is a comment, there's a directory, whether the account expires, whether it's active or inactive, what groups it belongs to, etc. So in other words, we have a lot of different things. And basically, when you type in man space user add, you get this page here. Okay, so and then if you just press space bar on your machine, it just continues on the pages, and there's more information on here. Explains all the option letters that you need to go through here. Okay, comment description of the login /C. All right, /D or -D, I should say, specifies the home directory path. So if you want to put them in a special path, this is where you would put it in here. If no server name is specified, the specified directory is maintained in the database here. So in other words, what the default settings are here. Okay. All right, and then there's things like in here that you can add groups, shells, roles, etc., etc. So this is all quite detailed, and this explains all the steps here. I'm just going to type in the letter Q to quit. I'm back in as root. Okay, I'm going to clear my screen, and let's start with something here. I'm going to create a user add again, right? User add. I'm using user add again. I'm going to tell it the home folder is going to be in a directory, and I don't have to do this, but I'm going to do this anyways. Export /home/demo, okay, because it's in Solaris, by default, user directories are created in a home folder inside the export folder. In a lot of different various other flavors of Linux and some other Unixes, they come up into the root home, and then the folder is. Keep that in mind when you're working in Solaris in different places. All right, so I'm going to create this user here. Okay, then that's the path. I'm going to type in -M. And -M stands to make the home directory, okay? And then anything else that is needed in relation to that folder, that home directory for demo, that it is going to put them in place for this stuff here, okay? I'm putting in a command -s, all right? And basically this is if there's any shell commands or anything else that we want to put into here, like bash commands that are automatically set up in the system that we want to give to all users. But you know what? Let's go back. Let's say it's not. We can always add that afterwards here. Let's put in a common name, all right, or some comment -c. Okay. Now -c is going to be the information that we're going to put. I'm going to do this. I'm going to open quotations, like double quotations. I'm going to put in the word demo. And if I wanted to put something else, like let's say Fred Smith, it would be Fred space Smith close quotations. All right. So in here, it says it takes everything between these quotations. So if there is a space in there, it will keep the space inside. If there isn't, if I don't put these quotations in here, Unix is going to look at me and say, what the heck do you really want? All right. And then I'm going to create the account called demo. This is the user login ID. So let's look at what I've just done here. I've created, I'll put useradd to create the user. I'm going to say the home directory path is in export home demo. That's the name of the folder, okay, that it's going to be for this person. It is going to make this directory, all right, there, okay, and it is going to give it the comment or the person's name demo, and this is going to be the user ID account created. Let's press enter. Watch what happens. Okay. And it gave me this thing saying 80 blocks, which means there was something that happened. And it says in Solaris. So let's see, did I really create the user? So let me go back. We're going to go display UID, the one I've been using before here. And I go into here and say, yeah, there's demo. It was created. Good. Let me clear the screen. Now let's look at this. Get int, pass WD, and create the user. And if I look down this list here, you'll notice that there's Bill, there's the number, there's the group that he's by default. I didn't put anything in there about groups, so they automatically become members of groups. There's Bill, there's the name, and there's the home folder. And look at this. If I used the command useradd and just space demo, it would have created demo 101.10, but it would have left this blank. And it gave me this information here. So basically it told me there is the username, okay? It put the path of the home directory, and the -m was supposed to make it. So let's look at that. If you looked at our previous video, useradd1, when I typed in useradd demo, it did all this except it didn't add the demo, but we checked and it didn't make that home directory. So let's clear the screen. And let's go pwd, find out where are we. Okay, again, I was Bill and I changed into root, so I'm still accessing Bill home. So let me go space. Now I've gone back out of Bill and I've gone back one step. So now I'm in export home. And now if I go ls-l, it now has two folders in here. In the previous video, it didn't have two folders. It just showed demo. Because I didn't put the -m in there, it didn't make the home directory. Now there is the home directory for the person demo that's been already created here. So using a longer command line with some of these different options, let me just see if I can go through here, and if it'll just get me all the way up to this stuff here. There it is. Using a longer command line, there's useradd -d /export home demo. All right, tells me create the directory to /export home demo. -m says to make that directory in the path where it wants to, and then give it a common name or content name of demo, and there's the user ID demo. All right, so everything worked for me here. Let's take a look. Let's try something now. I've created the user here. I'm going to delete the user. User del space demo. All right. Okay. User delete demo. UID. Demo is not there anymore. I am still in export home. Let me try to clear the screen just to get a little bit more workspace. Now let's take a look at something. Try this. If I type in ls-l, what's really interesting is I deleted demo, okay? But look, it didn't delete the account and the related home directory. So demo, theoretically, the user demo is gone, the account is gone, but the account's previous home directory is still there. Okay, and this is an interesting thing. You'll notice that it says demo is here, but it's changed the word demo from here to number 101. Okay, now the only other way, because I did the user delete, right, I could have said put in a long extension in here, or now that I didn't, I have to go in and manually delete this folder again here. All right, now I'm root, so root's got powers galore here. Okay, so let me just try something. I just want to take a look here. Let's explore a little bit here. All right, and again, there's the long listing here. There's the directory here. So let's try removing it. Okay, rm space 101. See what happens. No file. All right, rm demo. Demo is a directory. All right, so I would have to type in there the command that remove the directory, but that's going to come a little later on. But I just wanted you to take a look at this stuff, see where it is here, and say, all right, what happens? Now, this is an interesting scenario, because now that I've tried to delete, let's say I made a mistake and I have to bring demo back in again here, there's two things I can do. I can create a brand new account, or I can try to put demo into this with the same user ID, with the same recreate the information onto here.